welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, welcome to my channel. So today I have a video that a lot of you might find helpful. I would find this helpful. I've searched for these before, and that is what to watch on Netflix. So there's a lot of good things to watch, but I'm just going to go ahead and cover some of my few favorite ones. I'm gonna go episode or TV series first, and then I will do movies. So I'm gonna have a lot of TV series, maybe not a lot of movies, and I will also try to keep it kind of diverse so there's a little bit of something for everyone. And yeah, so without any further ado, let's just get right on into the video. And before I start, actually I just saw this, I'm sorry about my hair. I literally was watching Netflix right before I filmed this. I just hurry up and put some makeup on. It's literally 4:04 in the morning, I'm not lying. But I wanted to film this for you guys because I thought it was a good video idea. So now, without further ado, let's get right on into the video. Okay, so the first TV series I want to talk about is called The Confession Tapes. It's new to Netflix, so you might have not seen it yet. But what it is pretty much is allegedly, it's a series, but it's broken down into different people, and allegedly these people have confessed to murders or crimes that they didn't commit. I'm only on the second person right now, so I am already obsessed, but I don't know too much about what happens further on into the season. I wouldn't want to give too much away anyways, but I'm hooked. My friend Krista, hey Krista, she showed me the series and I went home and I'm on episode like 3 or 4 and I started last night. So I'm hoping to finish it by either tomorrow or the next day. It's super good. It's super entertaining. It gives you a lot of facts to back up why they think they were guilty and why they didn't think they were guilty. So you can kind of see both sides, and it's just a really interesting, technically documentary series to watch. Okay, so the next series I want to talk about is OZARK, and it is kind of like an action thriller type TV series. Pretty much what it is, to just give you like a little background. A family, the husband of a family is involved with like some drug ring or something like that, so he has to move to launder money, and it's just all these bad things keep happening and his family's in jeopardy, and him and his wife aren't doing too hot, obviously, as you can imagine if you found out your husband was involved with a drug ring. But yeah, it just follows them and how they attempt to launder it and what happens along the way. And it's so good. I finished this series so fast. And I think there's only one season. I know there's only one season out right now, but the way they left it, I'm thinking they're probably going to come out with a second season. So, okay, so the next series that I will talk about, one of my all-time favorites, is The Office, the US version. I've never watched the UK version. I'm sure it's good as well. I'm obsessed with Michael Scott and Jim and Pam, and I just love watching it. If you don't know what The Office is, it's pretty much almost like a documentary setup of what goes on in this office setting between all the coworkers and all the funny things and all the chaos that happens. And it's just such a good series. If you want a series to binge because there are so many seasons, I would totally recommend The Office. It is so funny and so cute, and I love it so much. Okay, so the next and last series I will talk about is Prison Break. I finished Prison Break so fast as well. If you guys think I don't have a life, it's because I don't. I literally could sit here and binge watch Netflix all the time. I always have it playing in the back whenever I'm doing something. And so anyways, Prison Break was just one of those series. I remember I would even watch it at the gym. Like, I would be running on the treadmill watching Prison Break. So pretty much what Prison Break is one brother goes into a prison who, not to give anything away, so I'll say he's allegedly innocent, and his brother, who had built the prison and is an engineer, tries to bust him out by putting himself into the prison. And it's just so crazy, like the stuff that happens in that series. The end of every episode is like a cliffhanger, like you want to watch the next one. It's one of those things that you stay up till 4 or 5 in the morning because you can't stop watching. I loved Prison Break. Anna K on YouTube, hey girl. I literally shout her out every time I talk about Prison Break because I did learn about it from her. Well, other people have told me, but I watched it because of her. And yes, I love it so much, Anna. That was one of my favorite series ever. Thank you for recommending it to me. Now I will go ahead and go into the movie section, and the first movie I want to talk about is a goodie. What's this thing? No, it's an oldie but a goodie, and that is The Shining. Oh my goodness, you guys. It's such a crazy horror movie. Pretty much what it is a family goes to like a new estate, and suddenly something starts happening to the husband. The husband starts acting real weird, and it's pretty much the events that follow after that. And it is so good. It's like an OG horror movie if you're into that. It's just so well made and so well directed, and I would recommend it to anybody who is a horror movie fanatic like me. Check it out for sure. Okay, so the next movie is It Follows. This is also a type of horror movie. Pretty much what it is, how do I put this? Okay, so there's this demon that follows you. If you have had, this sounds really confusing, so stick with me. If you have sex with somebody, the demon goes on to that person, and that person has this demon that follows them until they sexually transmit it to somebody else, if that makes any sense. So pretty much the only way you could get rid of it and put it onto somebody is if you have to hook up with somebody for it to transmit to them. So it's just crazy. I mean, it's pretty spooky too, I'm not gonna lie. It's one of those movies though that you have to get into, because I started watching it one time and I just decided, you know, this is kind of boring. Like, I only gave it like 10 minutes or 15 minutes. For the first 15 minutes, I probably like wasn't as into it as I thought I was gonna be, but then it's one of those movies that it like picks up. Does that make sense? So it's kind of boring at the beginning, then it picks up, in my opinion. But really good movie, really interesting, and yeah. So the next movie I will be talking about is an action movie, and it is the USS Indianapolis. And pretty much what happens is a crew is out in the Philippine Sea, I believe, the Philippine Sea, I believe. And what happens is like their ship gets destroyed or whatever, you know how that goes. And now they're all stranded at sea, and just there's constant shark attacks and like lack of supplies. And it's just so interesting to watch. I love movies that, well, I don't obviously love watching people go through that, but I love movies where they're at sea and something goes wrong with the ship, and then like they have to like the Titanic, to give you something. I think those are so interesting to see how they survive, because it is something that can happen in real life. So I just think it's so interesting to watch, and I was glued on this movie, you guys. I love it. 10 out of 10 from me. Okay, so another oldie but a goodie is kind of a comedy movie, and that is Mean Girls. I didn't even know Mean Girls was on there until recently. That was my obsession when I was younger. I would just rewatch and rewatch and rewatch Mean Girls, and I still love it to this day. And I just watched it when I found it like a week ago. Never gets old, and it's really saying something if I constantly rewatch a movie, because I usually can't do that at all. So if you haven't seen Mean Girls yet, if you're younger and maybe you weren't watching those type of movies when it came out, I would totally recommend it. It's just pretty much just what happens when a new girl comes into a high school setting, and all the people she meets and all the things that happen, and it's just a really good movie. It's pretty funny too, and yeah, I would totally recommend it. It shows you some life lessons along the way. So I hope you guys enjoyed my little video. Let me know what you guys love watching. I love hearing your guys' recommendations. Just like when Anna recommended me Prison Break and I ended up loving it. I trust your guys' opinions. So leave in the comment section down below what you've been loving, what you've been watching, what you used to watch that you love that's on Netflix, anything like that, and I am definitely going to watch it. So if you enjoyed my video, don't forget to like and subscribe, because it helps me out a lot, and I will see you guys in my next Wednesday video. Bye guys.